folks, welcome to the Dex, where we cover trivia and strategy for a different Pokemon each week. Welcome to December. I'm Icy Guy Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz.
Kelz, what's wrong?
I don't know, it's this week's Pokemon. I'm worried that he's too on the nose. How are we gonna do a whole episode about him?
What? There's always stuff to talk about. Juicy Backstory or no, we're like the good eats of Pokemon. People love to learn.
Aw, you're right. Plus Pokemon rules, so it's all good. Which one of us is Alton Brown?
Oh, you.
Me?
Yeah, definitely. I've always seen myself more as one of those silent lawyers.
What?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What?
It's Beartic!
Someone tweeted Alton Brown to come be a guest star.
I love you.
From the icy northern peaks of Unova in Gen 5 comes Beartic, the freezing Pokemon. He evolves from little booger-nosed Cubchoo all the way up at level 37. Weird, right? A level 36 Cubchoo with a level 36 booger nose?
Right. Anyway, Beartic is obviously a mix of bear and Arctic, which is pretty straightforward, but the word Arctic itself, aside from being our northernmost region in the world, comes from the ancient Greek Arctos, which also means bear. So, bear. This happens a lot, doesn't it?
Apparently, Beartic freezes its own breath to make claws and fangs for it to fight with, and he can also freeze pathways across the top of the ocean so he can hunt anywhere. It's like some X-Men biz. Iceman. Ice Bear. Ice Bear.
I guess that's also why he has this weird ice beard attached to his face the whole time. But after thinking how much snot Cubchoo has dangling out of his face, I'm a little worried that what we're seeing here is a booger beard.
Ew, a booger beard? This is supposed to be good eats. That's literally the opposite.
Oh, ew, now I'm just thinking about eating frozen boogers.
Oh, stop! Now I'm thinking about eating frozen boogers. Quick, throw it to the segment.
Oh, now I'm thinking about throwing frozen boogers.
What? Ew, no, go!
Right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for Animal Influences. Get us out of this shot. So, obviously, Beartic's inspired by a polar bear. These large white bears hunt in water, live up north, and in the case of his design, he pretty much hits the nail on the head. Even his height and weight are right in the sweet spot for the average polar bear. But possibly even more interesting are the ways that Beartic is not like a polar bear.
Yeah, pardon the pun, but it's almost like they out-evolved it. See, recently, polar bears have been having a harder and harder time finding and catching food because global warming gives them less and less ice to walk around and hunt on each year. Sometimes they even get stranded on floating ice caps and drown trying to get back to shore. Super sad stuff.
Plus, since there's less chances to hunt, a missed catch can mean the difference between life and death. This results in malnourishment, which means that bears can't have babies, which is really bad for you as a species if you're trying not to go extinct. It's bad, dude. Protect the earth.
But in Beartic, we find an adaptation that seems to directly address this problem. His frost breath. Remember I said he could create ice to help him hunt? It's like he has a backup plan in case he gets stranded. He's like the Superman of polar bears. Or, X-Men, whatever I said.
But remember, he doesn't just use it for pathways. He also makes fangs and claws, which would severely up his danger factor and go a long way towards making sure he's not missing those crucial hunting chances either. Which means a healthy bear, which means babies, which means no extinction. Survival of the fittest, man. Yay for Beartic.
On the real though, a cartoon character that adapted to humanity's impact on the environment does not mean that real polar bears are any better off, and I really don't want them to go extinct, so let's all be good humans and live green a little, right? Right. The more you know. Take a bite out of crime. Only you can prevent forest fires. Don't bother me. I'm eating.
Hey, was that a downer?
I mean, it's a serious deal, but I'm not trying to bum folks out about it all day. Besides, we got battle strats to hear.
To hear?
Tell, whatever. Are we talking about us or the audience?
Whichever, BB.
We got battle strats to actualize.
Sure, Pokemon!
We got battle strats to have. I'll give it to you straight. Pure ice typing is awful for staying alive. Yeah, and it's not doing Beartic any favors, so you gotta find a way around it. That way is called Swift Swim. Get yourself an adamant one, train it in attack and speed, and put that sucker on a rain team.
Rain doubles Beartic's speed, and with base 110 attack, that just might be enough to scare your opponent into switching, at which point you might take the opportunity to use a sword stance.
If you pull this off, suddenly you've got double attack and double speed, and now you're getting somewhere. Use Icicle Crash for stab and flinch chance, for superpower to ruin almost anyone's day, except ghosts.
Of course, there will still be some Pokemon that'll step and be faster than you. So for Allstate's sake, go with that Priority Aqua Jet and that last slot for a little insurance policy and a tiny bit more coverage, and you'll be in good hands.
Just remember that superpower dips your attack and defense, so make sure you're only using it if you're on the ropes or you're pretty sure you'll be able to switch out. Have patience. Oh, and maximize damage with a Life Orb.
And that's that. Of course, that's not the only way to train a Beartic, so as always, here are a few random thoughts.
The set we just went over is fragile yet effective in the right hands, but if you're too worried to dedicate a turn to boosting, swap out that life orb for a choice band. It's a little less powerful, sure, but no boost is needed.
Yep, and since you don't need Sword Stance anymore, why not swap in Stone Edge for some extra coverage and the high crit chance? Get wrecked, fire types.
Other options include things like Toxic to make it harder for opponents to stay in, or Taunt if you think you can get the drop on a status move. Granted, both are risky, but hey, that's what you gotta do if you're gonna use Beartic.
And finally, for extra safeties, some people will tell you to go with Rain Dance since he doesn't work without it. Do it if you want, but in my opinion, it's a waste of a move slot. Trust your own strats, bros. I know you can do it.
And that's it, Beartic, what every polar bear wishes they could be. Remember about the environment, folks. Keep that mess clean.
Click here for more Dex videos about Ice-type Pokemon, or here for more Mons from Gen 5.
Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and if you're cool and you want new shirts to match, click the link in the description to head on over to theyeti.com/thedex to get the 2 new shirts you can see to my right. You guys are the best. I'm Icy Guy Alex.
And I'm PokeKellz. Tune in next week for another well-seasoned episode of
The Dex.